Okay, seriously. I know there is something, I just can't see it. Yeah, I didn't see a snowmobile. I don't understand why I am so stupid. I'm so stuck with this thing, because if the snowmobile was actually there, it would have been seen. But it's not that. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. We met someone. Goodness sake. That was technically easy. It was just I did not check that. Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. Pretty pathetic, and you cause all sort of trouble. Saying pathetic is very, very strong. It's a strong word. Very strong. I'm sorry, but having realized how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. It certainly doesn't sound that to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. You're totally pinning this on me. Of course, in a way. Sure, he's not a murderer, that is for a certainty. But he is not really better at anything either. I'm just looking up at Sephiroth. I really love that picture. It's so goddamn awesome. Nice. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report in. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There he happened to across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. As long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That really will not change. But, what do you mean, want me to do then? Larry, what you need to do is change your inner self, but for now, what you saw that night, testifying truly about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy eye. I think I finally woke up. I don't trust that at all. I don't believe him. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping, but anyway, I'll do it, I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I ask again then, witness, what did you see on the night of the murder? Apparently everything and nothing. I went to the shack around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was laying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but we went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. That's it? Why did he try to hide that? You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint casing a girl. I totally burned out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what causes Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's not nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. Never know with that man if he could be called lucky or unlucky. Do she care about us? Probably. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. He's still hiding something, though. The amazing thing he said the last stream. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited. Yes. Excited. Dare I even ask? set a meeting time as 10 p.m., right? I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shallow, don't be picking my found memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. Thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so I went out to the bridge. I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kapow! Kapow! That's how you say it, man. What does it have those bows for? Bow ties? I don't know. Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Not like the whip then. Or like that. That's more like a punch from Miranda. It's like a slap from Naomi. You mean like that? No, that's like more like a punch from Miranda. Oh, for goodness sake. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, that was a bit of a startle, but the flash of light, so... Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. That's what you went to take a look at the bridge. Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so that first I forget it. I'm leaving my covers. I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure if I care for the forget-it attitude you had at first, Witness. That's a bit bad. You said right away, but exactly how long after strike was that? Lightning fell and the bridge got caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go and check this out. How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about 5-minute walk. True, because if you check the map there, it takes 15 minutes there. So it's like those 5 minutes. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him a little more? Yeah, why did you go to the bridge? So you suddenly thought, check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reason. In which case, please give testimony to that effect. My reasoning? Okay, reasoning it is. Why did I expect anything else? So you decided to go and see what was happening. That's right, we're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heavens. That's not something you see every day. A real spectacular. Like real special. Life seems to be loving hitting this poor witness below the belt. Very often. Well, my motto is hit life back as hard as I can. I'll give you a few hits too, if you like, with my whip. There's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go and change my testimony changes. Why didn't you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? with a serious face. Because I'm working? He is working, so yeah. Why didn't you call anyone? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone there is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Okay, a reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? I ran on the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. He claimed to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. Yeah? Well, I better tell someone about this, but then Nick came up yelling about murder. Totally made me forget about the bridge. If I was pretty much out by then, anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. Yeah, it feels that this... Oh, shit. There's something with this one. Nope. 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 Okay, so let us easily say Phoenix left that place around 11 to then 11:15 he came there, which means that 5 minutes, so around 11:10 he went to the bridge. So lightning struck Dusty Bridge as 10:45. Yeah, and this. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Did you stand there for 30 minutes? Just as Luki fell? Jesus. The very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. Hey, Edgy, you make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusive contradictory. The problem here is time. I haven't been the best of timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves one foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible of those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes at first, but more or less. I have here the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You said it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to the Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there around 11. That sounds about right, I guess. Around then, Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. I do love that the prosecutor also is shocked about this, but it feels like this is the guy we're breaking more than the prosecutor. You do. Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Lawrence the... It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. sister only said around 11. In which case it could have been earlier than that. But your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. But it's still one way, no way that the right could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It's clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until the flames had died down. Larry arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. I'm just checking. Welcome, by the way, humble viewer, to the stream I'm holding here. I hope you enjoy the more or less bridge on flames here. You arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright didn't make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth now then. What happened during these missing 15 minutes? Oh. No problem, Terry girl. I'll probably see you then on Thursday. So have a good evening and a good day tomorrow then. Yep. Good day tomorrow. I feel like you just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. It was still sleeping after all, huh? He's such a moron. It was missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really. The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you report the accident? Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burned out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civil duty. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we're talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. True in a way. Sort of. True in a way. Yep. Which means there has to be a reason for this in something. Sorry, I forgot to read the word before I skipped. Edgy. I think it's about time to get serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say this. Oh, shit. Then say it. Ooh, it's getting a bit chilly in here, I feel like. Ooh. Very well. I have a terrible bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15 minutes gap, what were you doing, witness? I have no clue, and I don't think he really cares. I made the X, I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. Shock and awe that I was feeling and transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then they came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folks. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sounds of it. Miss Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? It's Larry we're talking about! No! Absolutely not! Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did you think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Aji. I was with your mother. I don't know why I had to do that. I don't know why I put that joke in. Goodness sake. I'm just gonna press everything. Why not? Tell us, Larry. My name is Loris. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keeps you from being popular with the ladies like me. I am. You already have 2 following him, so just who exactly are you? I'm Loris the Axeman, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he called himself in any case. Then you are an art. Goodness sake. Of course, I'm an artist. Yet again, that's what he called himself. Names mean nothing. There is only one issue I care about. I care to discuss. What were you doing? That's a very big issue indeed. Sketching. Sketching. The burning bridge. The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What? Came with it. You won't hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You regret this. Sketch of mine is... Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours already witnessed. What are you talking about? I don't know. Bloody hell, Larry! You just talk about a goddamn sketch and you're like, what are you talking about? I have no sketch with me. What exactly do you think you're talking about? What's happening here? That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by that. Look at the goddamn sketch, because his words is useless. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, even I couldn't have imagined it turn out like this. Imagine what? That Lawrence Jackson's debut would take place here today, like this. He is so full of himself sometimes. Okay! Steal yourself. Whoa. Whoa, what is that in the middle? I just first thought, like, this bridge looks like shit. At the same time, it looks like something I could draw. But then I see the thing there. What is that? Well, this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yeah, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object, yeah. What the hell is that? I'm not joking, like, what is that? Larry. What? The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure? Oh, you spotted that. I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. You have to plan our future, you know. What would happen to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Oh god. Larry, please, answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that was what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist. A real artist. Are you high? Yes, that's exactly what you want to ask someone here. Are you high? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. And for a second of all, she looks like she's burning. Crikey. Are you high? What's that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you to check it, to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some predicament for this. She was frying. She was frying. Yeah, technically, looking at the picture, she literally was frying. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. About 30 feet above the bridge, at least. 30 feet! The goddamn depth is just 40. It's like almost down below. Either her or he is high, literally. The hell? It was 30 feet from the bridge at least. Really something to see. That has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgewood, please bring the witness back down to earth. Me? This window is your friend, is he not? Assessor of the foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination. By force, if necessary. Miss Edgeworth, I expect you to expose those obvious contradictions here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. What do you think of my debut picture? Get that thing away from me. I have a question here. If we check the court record and these things, then those are technically strung up underneath the bridge in a way. So I have a question. Why are those up there? Or are they those that stuck to the poles? This is some weird high bullshit, to be honest. What am I even looking at here? I am. Alright, I already done this already. Just where did you see this sight from? Hey, no need to shout. When I was laying in bed at that rundown shack, the crack of lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it from a while from there, thinking of nicely it was burning. Then about 5 minutes I saw it. The defendant flying. That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. But I saw something here, people. I saw something here. So yes, I'm gonna skip that. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. The hood is the deal here. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I give you a whole dollar if that's the... I give you a whole dollar, that is the truth. That is truly the case. And there is one thing we can say for certain. What might that be? That person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. Wait, what? What do you mean? I don't understand. Foolishly full of a foolish statement, but equally foolishly foolishly fool. God, please stop that. How exactly can you make this claim? How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual who you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. A rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Seems the bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Yeah, Larry, there's something you need to be aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggesting it was right, he took flight. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. What? Why did Nick have Iris Hood? What? Oh god, that's the first thing he goes for. I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear discriminately and discharge straight into the garbage. Huh. What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting for 25 years this very day to come. Today is the day I get to completely stupefy you. Stupefy us, you sir? What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Loris the Axnim, shall prove it. Yeah, sure. Like everything else. I didn't expect to ask this. We shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as to this depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain. I've been serving us a whooping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. I'm just getting a bad stomach from knowing you. It was already... When I was reaching Dusky Bridge, it was already gone. I was worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. That's the goddamn crystal I was talking about before! I'm sure that I was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. A crystal sphere. This one, pretty, isn't it? But finders keep them. That sphere, where did you find it? Well, let me see, around here somewhere? Looks alright. And this, it was half buried in the snow. It was pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there is still some falling as I walk to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. Hey, that's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. Something on it. Oh my, is this blood? 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 It's blood? What the heck are you saying? Is blood on it? You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you will call me Master Larry. Like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Loris the Axnim only a few minutes ago? Eh, well, he changed his name as he changed his girls, apparently. God, this guy is a bad player. That was the simplest one, because I've been looking for that one for a long time now. That night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. What? Who? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Jackson, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I don't know, how long have I been playing? It's still a lot of go. We're just continuing on. We're moving forward like a train here. I have a photo here of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar looking crystal sphere. Hey, that's my photograph. Give it back. A crystal sphere like that is quite an easy find. I just one like that and I broke. Okay. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff. This is the victim's staff found at the crime scene of the crime. The crystal sphere is gone. Why is he freaking out? Just what does this mean? And if anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise the Axe. How the... Okay, I just thought of falling from the second floor. Now we say she was thrown over a goddamn crevice? First of all, this sketch, which is preferably called as a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that, I saw it. And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I am sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgewood. At least the Axiom was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to the Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Franziska von Karp. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case. That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't it? This is naturally suggesting that it was thrown away after the murder took place. He could have placed it in there to throw the investigation of scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew the ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this related to the case. True. In a way, that's true. There is no evidence that Elise the Acne left Hasakura Temple. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to be been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want to find an opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it's not related to the case, then this witness who you call will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove that the crystal sphere dropped before the murder took place? No matter how I look at it, it's not possible. It's certainly strange that the crystal sphere was found near the bridge. Perhaps it's just a curveball from the killer. Well, Miles Edgeworth seemed to have nothing further to say. Then I'm left with no choice. The court sees no reason. What is this? Hey, Edgy, you're a defense attorney, aren't you? If it was Nick standing there, you'd be right. If it was Nick, do you think he'd give up? Okay, yeah, he's just talking here. At this one, I'm standing where you should be. Which means there is only one thing to do. Think like you. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I'll prove that this crystal sphere is vital link to solving this case. You will do that? With that look in your eyes, remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is concerned. That big should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright and I am indeed concerned. I'm indeed concerned. Oh shit. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. I just because it's so little time, I'm gonna check the cheat and see here. Ah, half buried in the snow. Right, it's true. Because it said it was half buried in the snow. But that's just the thing, it was snowing before that. Oh. We just have this crystal sphere. It was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing on it would, I've been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That is all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. Sorry, but I got some like hiccup stuff here. There we go. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was slightly snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. Order in our court here. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there something occurred that caused the staff of the crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? This sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't it? Ah, they also said she was beaten. Hold on. Ah, I think it said somewhere. Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in Asakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool, and which part of this part is so foolish? Karma. I have been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth. The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Sakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true, is it now? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. It's not. No, it's not. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that's when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, the Dusky Bridge would be very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. Are you forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth? At least the ex-victim's body was found at Sakura Temple. On foot it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Sakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all the way? No. I made it this far. The only place to take this is the end. I just need to prove that my version of the event is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method of which the victim's body was carried to Asakura Temple. On that snowy night, there was in one way that body could have been moved. The snowmobile. Yeah, because it came back from the bridge. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. It could possibly have been used to carry a body. Ooh, nice. By the way, where is Godot? This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. He's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late. Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim Elise Jackson really killed? If her body was moved, was it ever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? You even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he could never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he's enamored. Enamored! That's a weird word. He drew this, so it's something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. Seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It's just as I thought. Franziska von Karma. You make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There's one reason, and one alone, for me being here. Expose the dark lurkers in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You just told me that from the very beginning. I wouldn't. Miles Edgeworth, I don't care what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame your chance seems to have slipped you by. This is all your fault. Such a terrible wit. Ow! Is it dead? I cannot believe that the witness testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for this question it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this court, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigation by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is adjourned. You know what? It's technically 3 minutes left, but because this is actually the end